Test, test.
Test, test. Okay, we back from Colby Harbor Studio BAND-MAID concert. Just came to the hotel. So,
Started very early.
started very early, 5:30. Uh, I was actually, I didn't buy a lot of merch today. I spent all my remaining money on the random stickers. So if there is no psyche here, I will be really like pissed off. It must have psyche inside. What else? What else? Tickets. We had tickets actually, which was C9 and C10, and that means that we were literally the last people in line. You have it.
Thank you.
Ticket.
Just as yesterday.
Just as yesterday.
And we promised we go in and just in front of the stage of the
Yeah, we actually thought that we will yesterday, like, oh, we were late because we fiddled with the locker, couldn't understand how it works, and today we will have more luck.
We're all
we
better.
These are two stupid European guys who are always the last in line. Okay, but actually, at least I had a very nice spot. I was migrating through the hall. They were, by the way, our Lithuanian friends from Hamburg, husband and wife, a huge husband, like my height, and his tiny wife, who was stood right in front of me, and Kanami was like kicking her in the forehead and then patting her on the head, and gave her a peek, said something to her ear, but they actually told us that they couldn't understand what she said.
It was so loud
because it was so noisy and they couldn't hear it. Kanami said something very wise, but that wisdom was lost in the noise. But it was really a miracle actually to see them. They were not yesterday at Nagoya, so they just came only today. So I finally there was a balcony on the second floor, and it was reserved for Ojo-sama, for the ladies. And so the wife of this Lithuanian man, she went upstairs because she's really short and she would be just lost in a crowd. But a lot of women were just in the hall. They didn't use this opportunity. There were
dressed as
3 cosplay girls, 1 Psyche cosplaying, and 2 Akane cosplaying. Yeah. One was really Akane cosplaying. She even had the short pants, exactly like Akane.
White.
Exactly the same. Exactly. I just specifically look because the other one had a skirt. But she had also, Akane's type of dress with the laces here. And during the show, actually, Miku and Saiki saw them up there, and they were like turning to Akane and saying like, Akane, here's your fans. And so they were exchanging comments with the girls up there. So okay, I stood in the toilet. I found a very nice place.
The entrance.
In the toilet. So, entrance to the toilet. I was jumping and screaming so much. I hit the sign, which signed the toilet, whatever sign, hit it over. It fell on the head of that Lithuanian man. So I nearly killed him with that sign.
He had bad luck. In Hamburg, Miku pointed at him. What do you do? Why don't you shout moi moi, kyun kyun? And he was flabbergasted. And he told me some time ago, I did. I don't know what she meant. I maybe some guy behind me, but and yes, and he was a husband for the poor guy.
No, he said it was okay. Like it was not so heavy, yes, and then that it was hanging like here, and it fell on his head like here, so it didn't have a good height to kick him. I was nearly evicted for trying to record some songs because I was, since I was in the toilet entrance, so I was really behind everybody. And I tried to record some songs, and the guy, the service guy in the audience has noticed it and requested me to delete it, which I had to do.
Mm-hmm.
But miraculously, they were saved. Okay. The set list was entirely different from yesterday.
Yeah.
They performed. What's that song?
They started. No. I was turning around and said to someone before they played the first song, look the.
I think it's this one. Yeah?
Yes, this one. What is it? Yes.
Very nice song, yeah.
Do you remember what I told you yesterday? Okay. They play the old songs from Made in Japan because Miku improved so much that she can play the chords via which are not easy to play. Made in Japan is not easy to play with all these chords. I tried for myself and failed often enough. So yeah.
Good.
And maybe the more Miku improves, the more they will play old stuff from the early, from Made in Japan, I suppose.
They could, yeah.
Maybe.
But they have such a huge catalog right now, so they really, I don't know.
Maybe they.
People complained, like somebody complained on Facebook on yesterday's set list, like no freedom. So they performed freedom today. So what was no dice? Dice today. What was else?
You
choose me. Choose me. Don't you tell me. Don't you tell me. Secret My Lips.
No, not Secret My Lips and no fiction days.
But there was a lot of nice things.
Yes.
They finished with Rinne, as usual. They played Catharsis, as yesterday, Blooming.
No Blooming.
No, there was Blooming. With Akane soloing. Akane started with a solo, like that's what they do. Blooming, Blooming. I was singing along. There are very few words I know from Blooming, which is Blooming. So that's it. That's why I remember it.
Yeah, maybe I. Yeah. I can't remember.
Like I missed yesterday Live for That, for instance, and then I saw it in the set list. It was the third one.
I expected Blooming at the end, before Rinne. That was so.
I think subconsciously expected.
But so I just.
That was Cross. They played Cross. Also a very nice song for live shows.
Yes.
It was
Carry On Living.
Carry On Living. Yes, it was like the second or something. The third. that was in the beginning. Yeah. Well, okay,
Yes,
we'll
well,
reconstruct this at least.
Yeah, I was very pleased that they changed the set list.
They do it. They said that
and not
that's their new philosophy actually.
Yeah,
to
well,
have it.
when you Paris, Bochum, Hamburg.
Yeah, in Europe
it's just
it was exactly the same.
One set list after the other.
But they feel more safe here.
Yeah.
Europe for them was like one single event, so they obviously were more tired and they wanted to stay on the safe side. I think that's why. But it was good. It was really good. So I was actually jumping and screaming today a lot.
Yes,
because the whole atmosphere was more energetic. Like yesterday, we just stood still. It was like in a classical music concert, so we were basically enjoying the sound. Joki actually says that he stood in the middle. It was a stupid hall actually. Two huge pillars obscuring the view, and that was not good at all, because it was really difficult to find a spot there, because the pillars are really huge, and they
1 meter in 1 meter in the diameter.
Katahaba. So yeah, I couldn't see Misa at all because of that pillar. Misa was just sometimes showing a little bit behind the pillar.
I could see when Kanami came to the front of the stage, I could see her. When she had her regular place, she was not to see from me, but the rest of the band I could see. But I was not standing in front of the toilet. I chose the other one, the other side of the hall, in front of the bar. And the bar was closed, and fortunately there was much space to move, to dance, so I was wet.
Yes.
And
all wet. It was nice because Saiki was cheering everybody to sing along. Actually, she was always cheering. And it was interesting what I noticed, that the Japanese audience, they already know what to do. So like when play starts, they know when to pump their fists and when to clap their hands. So they change from pumping their fists to clapping their hands. Like they do it all together, so they know at which place what to do. Because they've been to so many concerts, probably they just know how it must go.
That I said a moment before. It's what for me a new experience. So I know where I can much more in opposite to the European concert, where they happened less. So so it was. Yes.
There were also these parts like hey, which like you really have to figure out what to do, because it's not obvious. The BAND-MAID music changes a lot during the song.
Yes. Miku's solo. Hey. Yeah. And in Europe,
in many parts, it was like, okay, there's not much you can do in the audience. Yeah, you can actually wave your hands, you can clap your hands, and you can scream. Of course, you can sing along. And Saiki was like basically conducting the audience. Like if there are sing-along parts, then she would just like point the mic and say like, sing along, say. Yeah. And but then there were other moments when the audience just by itself, they knew, for instance, that Kanami is doing a solo. What do we do at this time? They were hey. Yes. So it was very well harmonized with what BAND-MAID was doing.
Yeah, I remarked before. So I felt yes, I learned a lot. I learned a lot for the next European tour. I'm maybe one weekend in summer here. Who knows?
Yeah. If they have, because they had a lottery in August for the foreign people, for the foreign fans. I didn't participate in it because I was like, what, Japan? How can I go there? So I didn't even like think that I can go there. But now as we came here and we see that it's absolutely okay. Yeah, so next time I think I will participate, and if I win it, they say like 95% of the participants win it. And then we can win some A group tickets and not be at the back, but be somewhere in the front, finally. Because BAND-MAID actually did it. They wanted to prioritize foreign masters and princesses. And I was just stupid enough to rule out the very possibility of going to Japan, which is nice. I see it's
now I know how it goes. So
it's absolutely fine. Yeah, Japan is an expensive country, of course. You spend a lot of money here easily. But what I like about it, that they never ask you for any tips, or like they provide a lot of free service, like all these cosplay people in the airport, which I met in Narita. You know, they offer you to take photograph with them for free. As if it would be like Barcelona, for instance, something, you would easily like they would come to you and say like 12 euros, and you have a photo, and you would, oh, okay, let's have it. But not here. Japanese are like that.
You were photographed
Yeah,
today before the concert. They took photos of
because I have
yes,
Akane.
He had to turn around and make here and there.
Akane,
and the Japanese and the people
Akatsuki.
People came and wanted to photograph Vladimir with this.
We met Hawk Metal from his Hawk Metal in Reddit. So he visits like every concert, I think. Yoshida-san, we met him yesterday, an old man. Also another old Japanese guy who spoke a little English, but we were able to talk. So it was a lot of interesting. So we met. We finally. Okay, there is a guy, also old guy. He's like gray hair. His best music in Twitter. So he comments on every tweet of BAND-MAID. And he visits every concert. He was in Paris. He was in Bochum. He was in
Amsterdam. I saw him in Amsterdam. When the camera turns around, you see him in the first line.
He's always there. Die-hard fans. So we still have
time and money.
We still have room for improvement. we only starting. What else? Yeah, again they had Akane for Gorilla Imaginary Time.
Yeah, but
today she spoke a little less than yesterday.
Yes, she had.
Yesterday she had a lot of fun. Today
she jumped on this higher what's this box?
Pedestal.
And made her own magic. And today she talked more.
Yeah. She didn't play Miku. Yesterday she really played Miku.
Yeah, that was it.
It's interesting that Miku actually... Misa was drumming and Miku was cheering her up. That Misa the drummer! Let's everybody welcome Misa the drummer! It was very funny. And Misa was sitting at the Akane's seat behind the drums, and she opened her beer can to the mic.
I didn't saw. I heard it.
I heard it, yeah, because I saw Miku approaching Misa, and then that sound. Too. So Misa obviously didn't spill beer on Akane's drums this time.
Maybe just like a bubble, all across the toms. So
it would be very
Maybe.
difficult to play the drums up to it.
Is there existed making of Bubble, a video? So
Yes,
who
it's
puts-
available in Homemade Juice Sama section. Of
Yes.
official
Ah,
site.
yeah.
Yes. They provide making of for a lot of videos. They don't have it yet for Blooming, but they have it for Micah stuff. They have it for Rinne.
Mm.
They have it for Bubble as well.
Maybe.
It's interesting actually that bubble, the meaning of bubble, it's a strange term for me, yeah. But Miku imagined it to be like a protection. So for her, bubble was like a shield, or like you in
were
that
living
protective
in a-
bubble, you know,
Yes,
of,
yes, yes.
like you in a sort of a cloistered asylum.
No,
Asylum
in
thing.
Germany, it's called you live or man lived in einer Blase. You will in a bar. It's
Kanami was called the daughter from the box.
Mm.
It's a Japanese term for the children who live in very nice, quiet families, and so they enjoy a very also closed environment from the childhood. So they don't know real life.
Sometimes
Daughter
it seems
from the box.
It seems so. Yeah.
So Kanami is the only one from a good family because
Mhm.
everybody else is just like single mothers or like remarried mothers, stepfathers, and etc. etc.
Yeah.
Misa has an alcoholic mother, and Asaiki has an alcoholic mother. He was taking her to the bar and asking her to sing while they were drinking with the friends. That's a very good one.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking today that more and more I have this idea that music must have a mission. Like each time I listen BAND-MAID, I see BAND-MAID, I think about it that Miku like denies this, that she has a mission. Yeah, she wants to conquer the world, but that's what people perceive in the West. You know, that's what's missing in the music. It's like that's the difference between rock music and pop music. Pop music doesn't have a mission. They just it
Want
just
to entertain
not even
first.
like entertain in the worst sense of the word. You know, like to distract you from reality, basically escape. You know, and just forget like all this pinky glamorous stuff, you know, and, like forget about the real world. That's sort of idea.
If you look at the lyrics, to encourage people to make things, and so it's a part of mission.
Yes, that's
the
what
lyrics.
That's the thought I had when I listened to Rinne today. Like that's really sends shivers down my spine every time when Psyche says like this reincarnation, living and dying. What do we live for? Basically, that's the ideal of a musician with a mission. You know, like because what a musician can do, you cannot preach from the stage. You cannot say, "Oh, people, be good" or something like. It would be stupid. Yeah, it would be stupid. So this like, what do we live for? Just that make you think, you know. And the whole Rinne theme is about death, you know, and about meaning of life and everything. And it's a very sad song. It's not sad actually because they like it's sort of like overcoming, you know. Like yes, we all shall die, but what do you do about it? Like reincarnation, living and dying. What do you live for?
Yeah.
So it's very very strong song, and you feel this mission, yeah. And also another thing which I really felt deeply after being in Japan for all these days is that Japan is a very comfortable country to live in, and that's very good because some people believe like For instance, I have a friend who is a Russian nationalist, a sort of Russian Nazi guy, and he believes that Russia is like the best country in the world, like the only normal country in the world. Everybody else is just homosexuals, perverts, and all sort of condemned people. And the idea, like, when you sort of these people understand that life in Russia is very difficult. Yeah? And how do you reconcile it with the idea that Russia is the best country in the world? They do it by saying, yes, Russians are so strong because we overcome so many difficulties. But after being in Japan, I just realized that overcoming these difficulties, you just waste your time. Like when you're a child, and you just engage in overcoming all these difficulties, bullying in the school, all these fights, with children, other children. I, for instance, was just trying to isolate myself because I didn't want to fight. I didn't want to participate in that. So I was like sort of removing myself from society.
I took my book and went to the corner when there was trouble.
But you look at the Japanese children, you look at the BAND-MAID, look at Akano, of course, is like the best example, your daughter from the box. Yes, started to learn piano at 3, was absolutely obedient to her parents, and parents were supporting her, and she was very obedient. Parents said, to be a musician is not a good career, you must become an economist. And I said, okay, if you insist, I will become an economist, but I will keep playing my guitar. And so, yeah, she finished university, graduated with this economy degree, and probably thrown this diploma away immediately. So like you have a freedom to develop, instead of wasting your time on all this, overcoming these stupid difficulties, you just develop. And that's.
And I think here you will be taken seriously.
Yes.
And everything what you do, the Japanese people see the background of doing. Not matter what you do, but it has a meaning, and
do it well.
Yes, that's
do it well, no matter what.
For the sake of the others. Sake?
Yeah,
for
the
good.
Sake.
Yes,
for the good of the other. Yeah, but even like Asterism example, yeah, what I saw, they have this local festival, Kuruma festival or something. When they were 15 and they played there, and this old lady came and said, "How old are you? 15? Subarashi! So great! You play Metallica! Subarashi!" So the lady, like 60 years old or something, can you imagine? I can't imagine. An old lady, in a local town of Fukuoka, cheering people up for playing Metallica.
This never happened to me when I was 16 and playing in a band, or 17, and we have a performance in our town. There's no command from any adult. We teenies have our own universe, and we want and the parents. Never.
It's the same situation everywhere. Like in America, I know for sure. For instance, everybody's cheering up the warden. Yeah, this
the Mexican trio.
But you see in them that they really have to get through all these problems, because they're not taken seriously. They're the girls. Oh, the girls can play hard rock.
Have a nice father who supports them.
But you see it in them that they really they're nervous. They're rebels. And you see Asterism, BAND-MAID. They're not rebels. They don't need to rebel against society because society is very supportive. If you want to do something, do whatever it is. There are even crazy examples, like somebody was referring to that 14th generation toilet Naka-san or something. That's the name of her. It's not like a band. She all dressed in white and red, as if like white dress all spilled with blood or something like this. She has one eye covered, like a pirate. Yeah. But it's like from anime stuff. It's
but no missing tooth. Black.
I think not. No, it's from anime. There was one anime when she was wearing like this white square thing. I don't remember which anime is that. And what she does, she spills like ketchup and mustard and everything on people. You know, put some water in her mouth and spills it on them. Do it. If you want to do this crazy thing, there's a lot of older men who come there, who enjoy this sadomaso or whatever, and everything is fine. And in the normal life, she's absolutely normal woman. You know, as they say, like soft speaking, you know, very polite and everything. And then you just, Japanese society is very well organized. It's like, it was also the idea which I had, like, to have a non-working toilet in a hotel? Unthinkable. In Europe, in America, half of the things in the hotels usually have some problems.
Yes.
Like the toilet is not flushing, or like the shower is leaking, or whatever.
No brush.
Whatever.
Sure.
In Japan, of course, everything is perfect. But in order to create such a society, you take a lot from personal freedom. But what is great about Japanese society, they have like pockets for people, you know. They understand that you don't put too much stress on people, because then your psychology will suffer, because you have to have freedom. And that's what they do. Like, they create all this, if you want to have any outlet for your perverted feelings, so whatever problems you have, you find it. And there's a special place for it. You go to this rock concert, you go to see this 14th generation toilet girl or whatever. It's absolutely fine. You vent it and you stay sane. And that's very well balanced society. Very well balanced. I'm really impressed. Okay. Again 1 hour. No, 32 minutes. But I think
I'm tired a bit.
Yes.
Yeah, last night was not the best one. I got a phone from my hometown at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Don't forget to turn off your phone when you go to sleep.
You can be sure that I do it. It's only 6 o'clock, and I thought you were at home. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
I can't.
Sorry, I'm in Japan. Where? Japan. You know there is such country, Japan.
Wait, next week I come back.
Call me in 2 days.
So I was on a good way to overcome my jet lag, and then that, and after that, from 2 until 5 or 5:30, I lay around. So
actually, one life hack for you as a beginner in travels. If you can't sleep for some reason, just lie in the bed and don't move. Close your eyes. If possible, shut down all the lights. Like, for instance, here they have a very nice curtain. So there was the sun shining, and I wanted to have some rest because I looked in the mirror, my eyes were all red. My face was red. I think I got some suntan from yesterday because I was sitting facing the window at the breakfast in Nagoya. And so my face is red.
breakfast was good.
Breakfast was good, yeah.
Good breakfast.
And but my eyes was red, so I thought I should have some rest today. I shut down the curtains. I couldn't sleep, of course, but I was just lying in the bed.
Yeah.
I had 1 hour. It greatly helps.
Yeah.
You just lie, but
I
don't
know.
move.
I know. The many people I know, they on after lunch, they make
a rest. Yeah.
they make a rest, not sleeping. You can't. You don't dive down. You have a light sleep. Only maybe for an hour.
Of course, it's better.
And then you
Of course, it's better to sleep. We actually sleep in 1.5-hour cycles. So, yes, that's a scientific fact. I listened to a lecture about this.
I wake up every three hours.
Yeah, two cycles. Yes.
Mm.
So yes, you sleep like for instance, you. How do we count how much sleep do you need? You count in these 1.5-hour chunks.
Mm.
So you need like 5 chunks. Some people need 5, some people need 7. People just need different amount of sleep. Yeah, but some people need 5. So 5 means 7.5 hours. Like that's where this figure comes from. You must have 8 hours of sleep. It's roughly like five cycles. Some people need 7, which is like
I need more than 2 or 3.
Yeah, but I mean, if you go into sleep, so plan that you can sleep at least 1.5 hours.
Mm.
Like really sleep. But yeah, the first.
When I woke this morning, I think I had such party, so I was
party guys.
Yes, when will we start tomorrow?
4 o'clock.
Yes.
So at 4:47 we have a train. No, at 4:50 something like this. Okay, at 5, whatever. So we start.
We get up. What have we? 20 shortly before 9. So I have maybe I
we really have to go to sleep. And
so maybe 5 to 6 hours to stand up at 3 or.
I will wake up at 3:30. I think. Yeah. I will try to gather all the stuff.
Yeah.
At 3:30 I wake up, take a shower to wake up better, and then at 4 we start from here walking.
Yeah.
It's 1 kilometer only. He said the guy explained how to go.
On your phone, what's
we'll have it, yeah.
13 minutes and 1 kilometer.
But we need to buy ticket and everything. We take local train to Shin Osaka station from here, and then Shin Osaka we catch Shinkansen to Tokyo, and then I catch. Joki actually says that he wants to go to Narita as well.
Yes, I will say goodbye to Vladimir on Narita and look where I can check in day before maybe and take a hotel for 1.5 days or for two nights and fly back on the 14th. So
my flight is at 1:30.
Yeah.
So that's the end of our wonderful trip, dear friends. I sincerely recommend you also go to Japan to visit some BAND-MAID concert. Just don't be afraid. It's a very nice experience. Very nice.
Yes.
Learn Japanese. Learn Japanese. It greatly helps. Learn numerals first.
Yes.
Because they keep asking
A, B, C from 1 to 100.
C, Q, ban. C, Ju, ban. So we had 2 tickets, C9, C10, which is CQ ban, C, Ju, ban.
He can remember.
No, I'm learning.
No.
I remember
some
numerals.
But
but then they ask like for 600 yen for a drink. And you're like, what? What do you want from me?
But you are a lot younger than
So. They're the same. I'm not that young anymore. Okay, so you know what you do in life. Psyche asks you, what do you live for? So now you know what do you live for. You think about death a lot, right? Because you listen to Rin a lot. You learn Japanese in order to understand the lyrics. You save money to go to Japan because Japan is an expensive country. And just on overall have a happy life. That's what I'm living for, I think. Right? To be happy.
Good.
So be happy and have
Peace.
a nice day or night or whatever. Bye bye, Kurupo.